My name is Justin, and this is Ryan, and he's my right-hand man, and my sidekick. And we're in a band, the kind of band that has performed thousands of shows all over the world, including 3,000 shows on the Las Vegas Strip. Now we turn our attention to doing good in the world, spreading our love, and inspiring others. So, welcome to our world of chaos
and kindness.
You were late. I'm sorry.
Coming up on Chaos and Kindness.
Cindy Burdett of Louisville was murdered by her husband, Ronald Burdett.
Erica, Dad shot Mom. At this point, I didn't even know that she had been shot. And it came out the back.
Just missed an artery.
To this day, Cindy does not have a headstone.
We've tried to do our own little thing and just put what we can there, and I put a bear there. It's not complete because you don't have a headstone.
My intent right now is to pay off the entire balance.
Well,
Lose everything.
Sometimes doing an act of kindness starts with a story of tragedy. This story is almost unfathomable. In this home behind me, in May of 2022, Cindy Burdett was murdered. In the house that day were also her 12-year-old twins, Holly and Gage. Holly was also shot in the neck, but thankfully survived. This story is unthinkable because the murder suspect was Cindy's husband, Ronald. We were reached out and contacted by Cindy's sister, and we've also been in contact with her daughter, Erica. This story still has some untold chapters to it. So today, we share the story of Cindy Burdett with all of you. Whoa, I'm Justin.
I'm Shannon. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Justin.
This is Layla.
Layla, nice to meet you, Layla. Shannon, Layla. Justin.
Mike.
Justin.
Jason.
Oh, there you guys. Justin. Nice to meet you guys. I'm Justin. What's your name? Before visiting the family, I stopped by the house that the tragic incident took place at. And it made me wonder, did the family ever go back to visit this home?
I can't go back on the street.
Cindy rented that house for 13 years, so that was their entire life there.
The last day we were pulling out of the driveway of clearing the house and saying our final goodbye to life that was there. We had just moved out here 2 months before it happened. My mom and neither one of my parents had made it out here to even see my new house.
Never saw it coming, huh?
Not at all. I mean, there was domestic violence our whole lives, but never ever thought that she would die at the hand of a gun.
They kind of just been through it a lot, so it was more or less than normal.
Yeah, it was a
So
common occurrence.
just arguing, they're arguing. Right? They went to bed, woke up to pops, and
Walked out and seen Mom laying there. And then she walked out, and immediately when she walked out, he shot her.
When I was talking to you, Shannon, yesterday, you mentioned that it seemed like they'd had a relationship like this for a long time, that even...
Yeah, I was like 5 when I met Ron, and my whole life it was nothing but abuse. These kids have never had a good life, never. And my mom always said, because that was her mom, she knew that she was in a bad situation and just couldn't get out. Not everybody with domestic violence can get out. You know, a lot of people think that's easy, but it's not easy for everybody. And some people stay for reasons others don't understand.
My mom did genuinely love my dad.
Absolutely.
She
loved everybody full-heartedly.
My dad didn't work for 15 years. It was all on my mom.
Mm-hmm.
My mom did everything. She was our number one backbone.
She carried the family.
Absolutely.
She was the matriarch.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. And he took the backbone of the entire family.
Hearing the story of what this family went through, to think about what they endured that evening, was incredibly shocking, chilling, and also something that nobody, especially any children, should ever be exposed to.
I woke up and my phone was on silent. I woke up from it vibrating. I seen it said little sister was calling. And I was like, why is she calling me? I answered and she was crying. She said, Erica, Dad shot Mom. And I said, what? She said, Dad shot Mom.
Being a father of two, I can't imagine the horror that these children were going through. Especially after Cindy was shot, he then turned their attention to Cindy's daughter, Holly.
At this point, I didn't even know that she had been shot.
Yeah. I was screaming, telling Dad to help me, and he wouldn't help me.
Because my dad was hallucinating or something, thinking that my mom was cheating on him. And he thought that a man had been in the house. And so he was yelling at Gage, "Where's the man? Where's the man?"
Gage was saying, like, he's in the attic so he can try and get Dad to go up in the attic.
So my dad shot bullets all in the attic.
And then eventually, Dad just went outside. He started shooting stuff outside, and then he went in Mom's car and was driven away.
There were so many bullet
When
holes.
we
He reloaded twice.
Yeah, he
It was
reloaded
a revolver.
twice. My arm, I could not move it at all, so I had to use my other arm. And my brother came in, and we just pretty much stayed there for a few hours. And then I called her through my tablet on Snapchat, and she answered, and I told her.
They didn't have devices to contact people. Just by the grace of God, they had a 10-year-old tablet my other sister gave them, and they had connected to Snapchat.
We didn't really know what to do in the moment. She kept wanting to go take a bath. I kept saying no.
She passed out for a while.
I thought she was gone.
Coming up after the break.
I'm not gonna lie, there was blood everywhere. I mean, she was at that house for a good 2 hours just bleeding out. Courtney asked him why, and he literally said, well, because Mama was poking the grizzly bear.
That's something he always said.
To this day, Cindy does not have a headstone.
We've tried to do our own little thing and like just put what we can there, and I put a bear there. It's not complete because you don't have a headstone.
Today we are in Louisville, Kentucky, learning the tragic story of Cindy Burdett, who was killed at the hands of her husband and in front of her two 12-year-old twins, Holly and Gage.
He didn't know what happened at first.
Immediately when she walked out, he shot her.
And where'd he hit you with the bullet?
Do you mind showing?
Right here. There's like a big scar right there. That scar right there.
It went
Gosh,
in
you
there,
got lucky, girl.
and it came out the back, so she has a scar on the back of her neck as well.
Shit, lucky, huh?
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Just missed an artery.
I'm not gonna lie, there was blood everywhere
Oh, was
from
it?
where she struggled. I mean, she was at that house for a good 2 hours just bleeding out.
We drove all the way out there, and as soon as we got there, I saw Shannon standing in the yard across from the house. And I asked about Mom, and she told me that she was gone. And the first thing that I did, I literally fell to the ground, screaming to the top of my lungs.
Obviously, she wasn't into drugs, but he was. What kind of drugs was he on?
Crack.
I had noticed a difference 4 to 5 years before it had happened. It was different somehow. He had changed, and he had sheltered himself for so long that I think it drove him crazy, and it led him to do those drugs. Maybe 2 months before, our cat had passed away, and you know that was all of our emotional support animal for so long. And that was he said that the cat was one of his best friends too. So I think that once Oscar had passed away, he lost his emotional support animal. Therefore, he went off the deep end.
Obviously, you haven't had any contact with your dad.
No.
He called me once.
The next day
The
after?
next day when he was in booking,
When
but
yeah.
that was the only time I had actually spoken to him.
Courtney asked him why, and he literally said, well, because Mama was poking the grizzly bear.
That's something he always said.
Anytime that they got
That was
caught,
his response to why he killed her?
No,
to anytime
yeah,
he
to
beat her or
anything.
anything.
To
He was angry.
anything. Anytime they
He was angry.
argued, she
Her
was poking
fault.
the grizzly bear. It's her fault. She's acting like this and this and this again, and that's the same thing that he had told me. It was bull.
Once he gets settled in prison, though, I plan on visiting.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm still left without answers. Even if they're not the answers that I want, or I still need answers. What happened that night? What did my mom do so wrong?
We know from these.
Did she
kids'
stand in front of
perspectives.
you and say, shoot me, take
Yeah.
me down? I can see her saying that. There's so many unanswered questions. Why did my mom deserve that? Why couldn't you have just beat her again? Was she too strong for you? You couldn't take her down. He had no other way to take her down but to shoot her.
He didn't get life in jail though.
He got 25, but he'll be up for parole in 20.
He's 56 now.
Yeah.
He'd probably be like
There he is, right
70s
there.
or 80s.
Yeah.
So obviously there's a lot of times you guys went to bed and you could hear the fighting when you were in bed. I grew up with that, so I had so much of that as a kid, and it was all predicated around alcohol and drugs. You know, I've never had a beer my whole life because I had such scarring from like drugs and alcohol.
Yeah.
So by the time I was, Gage's age, I was like, I'm never gonna drink and do drugs because I just know that I'll be an alcoholic. I know this is my family, this is my genetics, and this is how I'm gonna be. So it really put a scare into me as a person. What about you guys? How are you guys doing? Truthfully.
Pretty good.
We're good.
Yeah?
It's way better living here than it was at the old house.
But you miss your mom.
Yeah.
Some days are better than others.
Yeah.
They're here now with you for good?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've got full custody of them. I took full custody of them on that day.
Are these the pictures?
Yeah, just a couple pictures there.
This entire visit, I want to tell their story. And in order to do that, we had to go through some pictures. And seeing the family relive some of those moments through those photographs, feeling the emotions, the laughter and the tears, it really put into perspective how much Cindy was loved. So who's in the picture here? Who are the babies?
That is Mom and Courtney.
Yeah, that's me.
My mama was my #1 fan. She motivated me and pushed me to do everything that she was never able to do her whole life. I graduated college. My mom would constantly apologize for the childhood that I had and that we all had. She'd constantly apologize, and but she would always tell me, she's proud, just keep on going.
Hearing the stories of Cindy made you feel like she never truly felt loved by her husband, but she was a giver of love, whether it was to her children, her grandchildren, her nieces, her nephews, and all of her friends around her. Cindy certainly was loved.
I miss her hugs. She'd always say, give Mama a kiss, give Mama a kiss. And I'd be like, gosh, this is so awkward, Mom. I'm grown. Okay, give her a little kiss on the cheek. Now I'd do anything to do that again.
Coming up after the break.
Never got the chance to be the mom she wanted to be.
And she felt like all the time that she didn't have love.
I love her. She was the best mom I could ever ask for.
This way.
Oh my God. Wow,
Of course. Cindy's heart was a lot like her kitchen, bringing people in, making them feel comfortable, and a unique place to be. She certainly had the ingredients to make her family smile each and every day.
Holly was her little sidekick.
Yeah.
Everywhere Mom went, Holly went.
Whenever she went to the store, I wanted to go with her because I wanted to be around her and stuff.
There was one really big thing that I loved about her so much, is when we would go to the house, we would come in and there would just be a great big hug just from her. It's just like a hug, a kiss, I miss you, It's one of them things where like even the littlest things can hit you the most hardest.
My favorite thing about her is when she would make me food, because like her food was really good.
She would put together some food. I'm like, is that even a meal? And she's like, the kids love it. They're used to it. They like it. But she would put something together, and they would actually end up requesting that later because they didn't know it come from churches or food pantries or stuff like that.
She was very good at cooking, I'll say that.
Her cooking random things, throwing them together, and those same meals that are weird and stuff like that, I still cook.
Yeah.
I don't think she ever felt loved by anybody other than her kids and siblings and me and my mom and dad, but she never got love from anybody else in the world ever in her entire life. And she gave so much love to people though, because I think like her feeling unloved and never having nothing or no one, she never got the chance to be the mom she wanted to be because she loved her kids so much, but she stayed in that domestic violence situation.
And she felt like all the time that she didn't have love. And I would always tell her, Mama, I love you. Or your kids love you. And especially on those days where they would get into those arguments, I would remind her that she is loved. Because we've all seen our mom at her very lowest points that she doesn't speak about to anybody. And a lot of people on Dixie know my mom's name because of her being the server she was for the last 30 years of her life.
Whatever it was, she was very resourceful to make sure that the kids were fed.
She helped us get our first apartment. Even though she was struggling to keep hers, she made sure that we had a place.
She was absolutely one of the best women that I had ever had in my life.
I don't really know what to say, but I love her. She was the best mom I could ever ask for.
There's some days now I wish I should have picked up the phone. Even if it was to hear her yell at me for something. I don't care. I just want to hear that woman's voice because I'm starting to forget it.
I miss her so much, and I know all of them do it. It breaks my heart hearing them talk about her, because we shouldn't be talking about her like this. She should still be here with us.
We just try to keep her memory alive still. We're all four a lot alike her in a lot of ways. They say that when I cough just like her, and I sound like Mom when I cough or something. I don't know.
Chin hair.
I gotta bring that up.
We'll edit that one out.
Right. Gosh.
Before coming here, we knew one thing for certain, that we wanted to do something kind for this family. There was one thing really that they had left undone, and that was get a proper headstone for Cindy.
They feel like something's missing there. We've tried to do our own little thing and like just put what we can there, and I put a bear there. But they feel like it's not complete because you don't have a headstone. Yeah. But we went there on her 50th birthday, and the twins graduated elementary school. She was actually in a wheelchair when that happened. And then Eric and Jay got married. So we go there during holidays and special days. And
So she buried there?
yeah, she is.
But what's there to memorialize her? Just a...
She had bought a little sign holder that you just stick in the ground off of Amazon, and then I went and I made, something that says her name, her years, and then it said beloved mom, white sister to Mama.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They had an unpaid balance, and they were really having a difficult time coming up with the money to get a proper place where they can go celebrate her life. So that was something that we wanted to really take on ourselves and try to see if we could do an epic act of kindness. I want to let you know, yesterday I went there and I paid off the rest of the balance. So your mom's headstone is on its way.
Lord, you know.
So that's done. And now you have a place that you can go and, yes, of course. It's all paid off and it's good to go.
Thank you.
Okay?
Thank you.
The funeral home allowed me to pay off the entire balance for Cindy's headstone.
We designed it like right after it happened, and we've been steadily waiting to see what it's going to actually look like.
All right, let me hug. So, and thank you for sharing that story today with me.
It means everything.
So now, Cindy's family has an opportunity to go mourn her loss, have a place to go and visit her.
Oh, I can't wait to visit her now.
Yeah.
Gets it. Thank you. Thank you so much.
The conversation that just took place in the house behind me was one that even I wasn't prepared for. Hearing the stories they were sharing made me realize how special she was to everyone in that room. You know how much of an impact the matriarch of the family that she had and was. So to be able to do this for them made me feel so good. Everybody has a Cindy, right? Everybody has and I have one. My mom was my grandmother, and we all have. It's just, unfortunately, your guys has a tragic story tied to that. But it's not Cindy's fault, it's tragic. A sad story, but now they have a place to start that mourning process together. This family has been through a severe amount of tragedy, one that they'll never forget and will shape their lives forever. Cindy, seemingly left a lasting impression to all that she touched. And that's why these words were chosen on this gravestone. I hope that you keep all of them in your prayers as they continue to guide themselves through this terrible tragedy. And remember, in a world full of chaos, it's important that all of us together continue to show our kindness.